get started up and going again, then we need to be talking more about tuition-free community colleges. We've got to be talking more about ensuring that states are actually investing in their surpluses to know what difference those things are going to happen right now. But in any event, Max, hey, we're going to get to this. We got to get to the next verse. And so anybody have a great night. By the way, everybody, please donate to the campaign and support them. And if you don't, one way in the comments, I don't really care. Awesome. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming on. Absolutely, man. Dub to the chat for Max. A great questions, great interview. Dub to the chat for Max. Dub to the chat. Big dubs in the chat for Max. Guys, you know, your support and chip into the campaign. Absolutely that would be a blast. Absolutely. We're gonna get you guys everything. I think it's all about it. Max asked some really good questions. I thought that was good. I thought that was good. Some of y'all is campaign support. I really appreciate you guys. I am going to attempt previously, but we'll see. But we're going to keep on pushing. Of course. I try to be chill. Hello.
Not already done, and the game just started. Oh, ain't that ball quick? Yeah, I'm out of here. What a fucking TGG a bitch. Oh, God.
Cigar Head says, I said, will my mug be coming this week? It should be. Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hear you out. Let's see why you think Trump's destroying America.
He's destroying the economy.
How so?
The tariffs are certainly not good. They're creating a market of uncertainty.
Okay. I mean, that's one side of it, but do you also see the other side of it of building American companies and growth?
Private sector investment has gone down.
Well, that's not even true though.
It is Chicago Fed.
That's not even true though, because there's been multi companies that have invested into building America. So
You know that they track this on the Chicago Fed, right?
I don't understand what you're talking about. Chicago Fed.
Yeah.
So please educate me. I'll look it up.
I just said it. Private sector companies are spending less to build manufacturing facilities in the United States than they were when Donald Trump was president.
Yeah, but like Apple has invested. There's
Here's the thing. What seems to be really interesting is that, when Donald Trump says something, it doesn't make it true. And I think that you guys need to realize that the same thing was promised back when Trump was president the first time. $400 billion that never showed up. Our military equipment went over to them, but we never ended up getting our end of the deal. It's kind of crazy how that works.
I don't understand what you're going on about. Your president left multi-million dollars of.
Why are you trying to pivot to Biden? I don't understand why you can't just stay
Hang on,
focused.
I'm answering your question.
You're trying to pivot to Biden because you can't stay focused on the senile dementia patient in the White House right now.
Buddy, you asked me a question. I'm answering it. Do you not want me to answer your question?
I want you to answer without having to pivot to Biden.
Say Biden one time. You were the one that said Biden.
You said my president, so that's talking about Joe Biden.
No, your president left billions of dollars of military equipment. However, I'm asking you how Trump is destroying America. You said economy. I said how so when there are multiple different Fortune 500 companies that are investing in America, and then you didn't have an answer. So
I gave you the answer. Either one, you didn't comprehend the answer, or two, you just didn't give a shit. But what I will say is that, yes, he is creating a market of uncertainty, but the real reason why I think the economy is going to tumble is because he. I screwed the economy.
But you're not recognizing those companies that have already
You
committed.
didn't even listen to a single word I said. This I'm talking about. This is the mouth raisers that I'm talking about. You didn't even listen to a word I said.
Hang on, you interrupted me before I even.
You didn't even listen to a word I said.
Okay. All right. You have a good night. You're a fucking idiot.
Cope and see. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, hi.
Hi.
No, hang on. I'm not on, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, I was going back on the, one sec. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
No, like, everybody wants to come after,
Yeah, my friend, I think you, thanks for coming up on here tonight. I really do.
no.
Thank you so much, Todd. I think, we'll help you out there. We here to go, everybody. Thank you, Carmen, for the $50 for our campaign and the $75 for our campaign. Thank you, Carmen. You smashed our goal for the night so we can get some sleep. Thank you, Calvin, for the $10 for our campaign. And thank you again, Linda, for the 18. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to sleep. I love you guys so much. We smashed our goal. And you know what that means? It is time. It is that time. That time. We don't have any more maggots in the queue. We beat them all. We beat the hell out of them. We crushed them. We hit them so hard. The maggots. They don't go and we're going to beat these guys so bad. We're going to go all over this country. We're going to beat these Republicans like crazy. We're going to take advantage of this house and we're going to use it. And trust me when I tell you, Trump's going to hate my guts. He's going to hate me a lot, but that's what we need. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really do appreciate you. I'm so grateful. We're going to go to sleep. We're going to send them a message. Where can I watch the debate? Texas 18 Forum, but I'll tell you what, we got another one coming this weekend. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. I can't wait for it. We're going to go and we're going to go and cook these guys. We'll talk to you later. Take care. See you tomorrow night. Peace.
That's all I got. That's Fox News. These guys are on television talking about how this is not the right time to address mass shootings in this country. And you know what? I agree with them. The time was 23 years ago when child shootings were downtown during Columbine. That was the time to address mass shootings in America. That's all I got. The Fox News. These guys were on television talking about how.
Yes, sir. Because we have to be abundantly clear about why we're here. Greg Abbott removed a duly elected school board that was representative of the people, that was voted by the people, and removed it to appoint a self-appointed, puppet-controlled goon squad. That's why we're here. Because what we're seeing is that when extremism is allowed to stand in darkness, it only spreads. And what's happening right here in Houston, Texas, can easily be copied in states all around the nation. So for members of Congress that might be looking at what's happening at Houston as an isolated situation, it won't be long until it ends up in their state. Right. It won't be long until it affects their brothers, their sisters. It won't be long until it affects their grandkids. So it's up to us to ensure that we are writing to members of Congress to let them know to join in the letters that Al Green, that Congressman Green has written. To join in the letters that Congressman Green has written. Because we need a full-scale federal investigation right now, immediately. This takeover needs to end. Because we have to be abundantly clear about why we're here. Greg Abbott,
I'm coming to get you, bro.
A duly elected school board that was representative of the people, that was voted by the people, and removed it to appoint a self-appointed, puppet-controlled goon squad. That's why we're here. Because what we're saying is that when extremism is allowed to stand in darkness, it only spreads. And what's happening right here in Texas?
Yes, sir. We're going to tell them to get their hands off our stuff. No cuts to Medicare. No cuts to Medicaid. No cuts to Social Security. I remember watching my grandparents. I remember that Social Security was the way that they were able to keep their house. I remember how important Medicare was for them. I can't imagine living through life and how they would have been able to function without it. That is a top priority. I know we can do it. Yes, sir. We're going to tell them to get their hands off our stuff. No cuts to Medicare. No cuts to Medicaid. No cuts to Social Security. I remember watching my grandparents. I remember that Social Security was the way that they were able to keep their house. I remember how important Medicare was for them. I can't imagine living through life and how they would have been able to function without it. We're going to tell them to get their hands off our stuff. No cuts to Medicare. No cuts